मर्दानी का मतलब है फायर पावर. इट मीन्स कि आदमी में जोश होना चाहिए, लेकिन वो आदमी ही नहीं होना चाहिए. इट कैन बी अ वुमन, इट कैन बी एनीबडी विद फायर टू डू द राइट थिंग. माय नेम इज उमर कुरैशी and I'm sitting with someone who's always had fire. Rani Mukerji, my friend, welcome.
Hi Omar.
Hi. Khatarnak language and mara maar again, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like that in real life also.
Yes, I am like that.
You must have had a lot of instances of Eve teasing and
Yes.
you know, people trying to get close and touch you. How
I've
you
slapped
dealt with
them. I've slapped. I've slapped one boy in school.
it? Yeah.
I've slapped people when I went to college. And I think that's the reaction that they are not expecting.
मर्दानी का असली मतलब, what does it mean?
वही है, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. I'm sure you must have heard of that.
Yeah.
And the title is inspired from that verse only. मर्दानी का ये मतलब है कि you're bold, you're courageous, you're independent, you're fearless. And that's what makes you a Mardani. And I think today with the way, the kind of times that we're living in, it's very imperative for every woman to bring out the Mardani in her.
Yeah.
And it's very important that the spirit of Mardani is alive in every woman.
Yeah.
Because हम तो खैर आज एक मतलब फिल्म के लिए इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं, but my belief is that every little girl today in India should be a Mardani, should be tough, because you don't know what's happening today on the streets. Women are getting violated at home, women are getting violated on the streets, and the time is gone for us to take shelter from our husbands or from our brothers, from our fathers, because they can't be with us 24/7, and there is no guarantee that if you are with a man you are going to be saved. So it's better that we take up our own protection in our own hands and we self-protect ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's important that children actually today, from the age of 3, should take up self-defense or martial arts and empower themselves.
Yeah.
And only then, in the next 20 years, we'll see a really, truly shining India.
Change.
Because we'll see an India where women are empowered and empowered by themselves, not waiting for the law to change or to wait for a debate where there is a winner, which is the superior sex, but they get empowered themselves.
What does it mean? Does it mean taking the law into your own hands? Does it mean violence?
No, it doesn't mean that. It is giving a befitting reply to anybody who tries to violate you, violate your self-respect. And today it's important that when somebody does get violated, and it's as simple as somebody making a pass at you, if you let that pass, then you're giving that person encouragement to continue with that. And today it might be a pass, tomorrow it will be molestation, the third day it's going to be rape. So it's better to cut and to nip the bud.
Yeah.
At that stage.
Yeah.
To nip it while it's a bud. So that's what is very important.
That's so true. But a lot of men who are trying to violate women, it's a sign of weakness that they are, you know, trying to conquer a woman or overpower her.
No, I think a man has the courage to do that when he feels that the opposite sex is weaker than them. They feel that a woman will not be able to take a stand. They feel that we can do this to a woman because she's the weaker sex.
Right.
And it is time for women to show men that they are not the weakest sex and they are stronger.
Yeah.
And for that, it's important to first raise a voice. You'll take an action later, but what is important is to raise a voice. Today, there's so many places in our country where women are told not to raise their voices,
yeah,
not to speak up against injustice, not to speak up against people like your father or your husband who take advantage, yeah, of you. So it's very imperative for every girl today to speak up.
Yeah.
And once she has the courage to speak up, yeah, will she be able to take action?
But just to play devil's advocate, this can also be misused by a few women, you know, to suppress men.
You know, today I think the kind of atrocities that are taking place on women, I think to take advantage of that, I think that's being too far-fetched.
That's true. Yeah.
Because today I think it is the women who actually really need to empower themselves.
Yeah.
Because men in their own way, because of what's been happening for generations, they already have this superiority complex that they are the superior sex.
Yeah.
So I think it's time for women to like empower themselves.
Rani, you are a very good-looking girl. You've always been, and you're this huge star. Okay, you must have had a lot of instances of Eve teasing and
Yes.
you know, people trying to get close and touch you. How
I've
you
slapped
dealt with
them.
it?
I've slapped.
You slap people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, give me one example.
I've slapped one boy in school.
Yeah.
I've slapped people when I went to college, and I think that's the reaction that they are not expecting. And when they do, when they get accustomed to something like that and they get shocked and they don't have the courage to go one step further than that. So I've always been a Mardani in my personal life, yes.
Yeah. How do you react? Because you've been a proud Indian, and you are a proud Indian, that India is now being referred to as a rape capital of the world, and Mumbai, which used to be so safe at one point, like there are a lot of
That's exactly why a film like Mardani is very relevant.
Yeah.
A film like Mardani is very important.
Yeah.
Because what Mardani does is it's going to motivate women to bring out the Mardani in them.
Yeah.
Because that's the need of the hour.
Yeah.
And when you have films like Mardani, which obviously is sending such a strong message, as an actor and the makers of the film, they're very conscious of the fact that today film is a medium of entertainment.
Yeah.
And when you want to give a social message through a film, it's very important to make the film entertaining as well. So we've taken a story of Shivani Shivaji Roy, who's a crime branch officer. She could be, whereas she could be a male, but in this case she's a woman police officer. And through her story, kept a very fast-paced, thriller-based story and given a message at the end.
Yeah, your promo is like already raised a lot of eyebrows, and you know, like this khatarnak language and mara again, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like that in real life also.
Yes, I am like that. But what is amazing is that we've tried to keep the film very real and very close to real life cops. So what you'll see in Mardani is what actual crime branch officers are like. Because we did a lot of research, met a lot of crime branch officers, went to crime branch offices, and we've tried to emulate as much as we could emulate from their real life.
Yeah.
And this particular subject is also inspired by true like events.
And it comes right after another cop film, Singham.
Right.
But that's a franchise, and
Absolutely.
yours is a new, completely new project, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're confident it'll sail through, and you know.
See, as an actor, I think we always want to do our best for our films.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we can't compare ourselves to Singham. As you rightly said, it's a franchise, and it's a huge franchise, and it's a very big film with a very big star cast. Mardani is relatively a much smaller film, and but it has a very, very big message in it.
Yeah.
So it's like a chota packet.
You're a chota packet with a lot of fire.
Same with my film.
He's not willing to settle down in life soon.
No, that's Uday's decision completely. I think he wants to first really settle his Hollywood dream. He wants to.
Yeah, it's also the first A film, adult film of Yash Raj. Yeah, I mean, that's the first for.
Yes, that's the first for Yash Raj. But I think it was very important for it to be A, because Pradeep Da and Adi didn't want any content of the film to get edited out and make it more commercially viable in that sense, because they believe in the content of the film. And I think the dilemma in our industry is that censorship in our country in films is below 18 and above 18. So in fact, Mardani is a kind of film where the 12 or the 13-year-olds should watch it. Because there is atrocities against women who are even 5 years old or 6 years old or 10 years old. Today, people are not seeing your age before they rape you. You know, so it's important that this film is watched by younger girls, you know, who should actually see the film like this and get aware of what is happening. When we were young or when we were in school, this kind of atmosphere was not there. But today times have changed. Today in school buses, there are actually prefects in school buses, and there are ID cards given to parents to pick up the child. At our time, we didn't have anything like that. But the times are changing, and if you have to go with the time, you need to have more films like, you know, Mardani.
That's so true, actually. It's such a valid point.
Yeah. So it's very important that today when you're censoring a film against for a child not to watch, and if you feel that 18 years younger children can't watch, but see the kind of violence that's happening
against
children, you know.
That's really
so I think parents who have watched the film till now, who we've shown the film to, they are all inspired to show the film to their children, and they want to show it to their daughters. So I'm sure that censorship has a reason why they've given the film 18 plus for 18 plus, you know, watching. But I think it will create a kind of a talk or a buzz that parents will come home and tell their children.
Yeah, you came with a unique promotional strategy with the national anthem, you know, using it beautifully.
Right.
Yeah, with the women cops and all that. I mean, whose idea was that?
Exactly, I don't know, but I'm sure it must be Adi's idea only. Because or the marketing team's idea. I'm not very sure. It has to come in from the company itself. But I think it was a good idea because people are not very used to seeing women cops.
Yeah.
You know, and to have a national anthem where you see all the women in the uniform, it just makes you sit up and take notice that with the male cops, there are female cops who are working shoulder to shoulder with them and protecting us.
What has been your biggest achievement to date, Rani?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. So we are waiting, fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yeah. And and obviously now the congratulations on the marriage.
Thank you, Omar.
In person. So has life changed for you after marriage?
Yes, life has to change because I've got to know the number of vegetables that are there in the market. Because
really?
Because you can ask any housewife and she'll always tell you that it's really a very big suspense and quiz show in the morning to answer what sabji will be made today at home. And I've really got to know the amount of vegetables that can be cooked.
इसको इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं you don't ask?
नहीं, उतना तो मुझे पता है.
But why did you keep it under wraps for so long, like the announcement?
What announcement?
Of the marriage.
But the day we got married, we said it. Yeah, we announced it.
So private and all. Why? You no reception, nothing. Why? Because Adi is so.
No, I think we had a great wedding in Italy, and the night we got married, that's the night we sent a message to everybody in India. So we didn't keep the marriage news in wraps at all.
Yeah.
It was only a few sections in the media who were speculating the marriage for the last 5 years. That thought that it was under wraps, but actually it was not. The day we got married, that's the day we announced it. But it was a beautiful wedding in Italy, and we had all the people who matter to us next to us, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah. But since I don't think any TV camera is ever going to capture Adi sitting in front of a camera and having a conversation,
right?
Why don't you tell us, as Mrs. Chopra, how does it feel? What is he like as a person?
He's normal.
He's got a great looking vibe. Yeah.
So he's a wonderful person, and that's the reason why I'm with him today. And and he's wonderful in every aspect.
Is he as romantic as his movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has to, or more, even more.
Probably, yeah.
He asks you which sabzi to make every day?
No, he doesn't ask me, but he expects me to really make the food great because he's a foodie and he loves his food.
Yeah.
So the food has to be good in the house.
Yeah, even Yash Ji is a big foodie.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me, are you going planning to start a family soon? Or are you going to hold off on that for some time?
No, not at all. I think that is something which needs to happen, and I'm looking forward to it. And whenever God is kind, and when the day comes, I'll be most happy.
And now that you're part of the house, is Uday really a brat?
Uday is a brat, but he's a sweet brat.
Yeah, sweet, in a good way. Yeah.
Yes, and he's wonderful.
Also, you have a good rapport with him, man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You beat him up when he doesn't listen. Either you like.
No, he always listens to me. He's a sweetie pie.
He's not willing to settle down in life soon.
No, that's Uday's decision completely. I think he wants to first really settle his Hollywood dream. He wants to build that dream, yes. And he wants to put all the things together, and then probably he'll think about it.
Any tip you would like to give your female fans on how to protect themselves in case somebody attacks them out of the blue, in case they like mentally being tortured at home even? What would you tell them?
I think firstly one needs to raise a voice, and one needs to be very clear of the fact that you're not going to take it lying down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people mistake silence for it to be the mark of weakness. And raising a voice is very, very important. Is the first stage. And if that doesn't work, then you need to use your hands.
You need to. So that's your advice, that you have to use your hands.
Yes, you have to, because at the end of the day, when we were young as children, we had our parents to teach us the right and wrong. And then when you grow up and when you see other children who have grown up as well with you and who don't have the etiquettes or who don't know the right way to behave, you have to tell them that this is not the right way of behavior, and you have to teach them a lesson.
Yeah. Have you ever abused anyone?
Yes, several times.
I think everyone, you need to, because
Yes, of course.
that's your first weapon of self-defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, true. Tell me, Yash Raj Studios is #1. Okay, nobody comes close. How is it different from other production houses now that you're part of the production?
I think what is special about Yash Uncle's entire ideology was that he fed his unit really well, because he was a foodie, and I think the success lies in the fact that they actually give a lot of respect to women, and any household that does not respect women, I don't think can prosper.
You always said this.
Yes, and and because Uncle had so much respect for women, I think this entire production house, whether it's actresses or whether it's the female workers working in the institution, I think everybody has a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
And I think that makes Yash Raj really, really, truly special.
Yeah, it is. And that's, you always said that those who do not respect women will never prosper. You always said
Exactly. What Yash Uncle always believed in is to be unaware of your stardom. He never knew how important he is. He never knew how big he is. He never knew that he had transformed into a legend.
Anyway, to wrap up, I'm going to ask you a very quick fire round.
Sure.
Your favorite Yash Chopra film? Waqt, Diwar, Chandni, Veer Zara, or any other?
Lamhe.
Huh?
Lamhe.
My favorite too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Lamhe.
Yeah. Your all-time favorite Bollywood film?
I think my all-time favorite Bollywood film, I think would have to be Lamhe and Chandni, I think, yeah.
Lamhe is my favorite, all-time, yeah. One film of Yash Chopra that you feel should be remade?
Waqt.
Any advice that was given to you by him that you feel should be shared with the world?
I think what Yash Uncle always believed in is to be unaware of your stardom. He never knew how important he is. He never knew how big he is. He never knew that he had transformed into a legend.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was his biggest asset, and his simplicity. And his simplicity actually made him who he is.
That's
So I think it's very important for anybody in the film industry, in the limelight, to always try and be unaware of their stardom, so that they can be completely down to earth.
One Yash Chopra movie you wish you had acted in?
Chandni.
Your favorite Yash Chopra hero?
Yash Chopra hero, Rishi Kapoor.
Rishi Kapoor,
Yes.
yeah, and the Cardigans and all. The Cardigans.
Yes.
One romance you wish you had been part of? Kabhi Kabhi, Chandni.
Actually, with Rishi Kapoor, I would like to add Amitabh Bachchan. Because Amit Uncle was, I think, the quintessential Yash Chopra hero. And then, of course,
With
Rishi
angst
ji,
and
which was so
style.
cute. And of course, the recent ones would be Shah Rukh.
Yeah,
Because
of
he
course.
really epitomized Uncle in the 90s
Yeah.
and 2000.
One romance you wish you had been part of? Kabhi Kabhi, Chandni, Lamhe, Silsila, any other?
Lamhe.
One thing you would change in the system if you were part of real life police?
I would try and make more loos for like women. Loos. Bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
There are lesser toilets in the
That's so unfair.
police force, yeah.
That's much needed also.
Yes,
Yeah.
practical.
Yeah. But you're going to, I think, sock a big blow to the box office with this one, with Mardani.
I just hope so much.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It is an important film, and I think more than socking a punch or whatever, I think if the punch goes straight to the women and they wake up, I think that will really be great for all of us.
It's a relevant film for today.
It's a very relevant film for today.
Yeah.
And like when you see the film, you'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll see your review
Yes.
on Friday or Saturday, and then hopefully you'll get the absolute essence of the movie.
Absolutely looking forward, and wish you all the best. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for doing this great favor to our women and our nation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rani.
Thank you.